was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast. This is episode 1217.
Going live!
I accidentally had the video sped up at the beginning, and it was like, in the beginning, then we've done it. But anyways, Drunken Peasants podcast. So, welcome, everybody. This is a special Sunday episode. Because it's Sunday, the Lord's Day, we're going to try to get this episode monetized and be sweet boys as long as we can from now as far into the episode as we can possibly get. So, don't antagonize us to not be sweet boys, okay? We need your help. Also, I will be reinstating, because we got to crush this goal in the next 3 episodes. I will be reinstating the shot at every $50 level rule, and tonight I will be drinking some Evan Williams whiskey. I will be doing 1 shot. This is the size of the shot for every $50 level, which, by the way, we're only $10 away from our first one right now. And yeah, I am insanely excited about that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. The link is in the chat. Also, check out the audio version of the show. The audio version of the show is available through Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast app you can download on your phone. Download it. Check it out, because we do a pre-show, and we just recorded a quick pre-show.
Blessed be the sweet boys, for they
there it
shall
is.
inherit the donos.
There it is. There it is.
And for those of you wondering about the final pages of the Ism comic book,
Yes.
Ism number 1, Ben and I will be finishing that tonight
On Patreon.
if we physically can, because the shots are pouring. The shots are pouring.
Oh, no. I'm doing it no matter what. I'm doing it no matter what. All you $10 patrons, all the $10 patrons and above, you're going to want to watch the post show. We're going to finish the Ism comic tonight. Yeah, don't miss it. Here's our first one. Bottoms up. Cheers to all of you lovely people out there.
That one was for Evan LaWilliams right there.
Ah. Oh, Evan Williams. Ah. So, yeah. Everyone, please like the stream. We got Hannibal in the chat.
What's up, Hannibal?
I was wishing Hannibal
Animal.
was here to react to Sturgis with us. I don't know if Hannibal's busy right now, but we're about to react to Sturgis. He's released 2 videos already. I did kind of share the link in the Discord today for people who wanted to go see his video.
So has he gotten so many more views?
He probably got some more views. He got a lot of comments. His most recent video, he reacts to all of the comments. So he reacts to the comments on his channel. He's done reacting to our videos because he knows we make him look stupid in all of them. So he's like, well, I don't have the time to react to these videos. It's like, well, dude, you're making a video right now. What do you mean you don't have any time? React to 15 minutes of our video. You don't want to do it. You're a coward.
He can't. He's a twerp.
Yeah, it's
he's a weenie. He's a tough guy only when he's targeting weak people. That tells me you're a weenie, Sturgis.
Weenie Sturgis.
Weenie.
You fat. Oh yeah, he's Ubering. So that's fine. We're gonna jump right into it here, and I believe that in this case, this does warrant the actual intro. So let's do it.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You're not gonna touch me. Let's do it. So this video, this is the first one out of the two that he made. It says, "The drunken peasants cope at my success. Eric July's detractors are not the smartest people." That's what it says.
Our intelligence is in check. Sturgis has put us in his sights. We're done for.
I can't wait until he goes through our video and debunks what we say point by point.
Well, he won't. He's no longer responding to our videos. He's cowarded out the same way that Eric July cowarded out from responding to anybody if they're fat. If you're fat, I ain't gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
If you're fat, I'm not talking to you. I'm gonna talk to well-built, muscular people because I like to go to the nightclubs and dance with men.
Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero, and to start this video off, I'm just going to give thanks to the Rippaverse Goalpost Twitter account.
Did you say his name is Renowned Zero?
That is his name. That's actually the name of his channel, but he spells it really
Renowned
weird.
Zero.
Renowned Zero, but zero has like numbers in it. Like it's written stylistically using other characters.
It's written like he was a backyard wrestler.
Exactly.
In the late 90s.
It's Renowned Zero. I love how he picked a name that he can't say very well.
Renowned
Renowned Zero.
I got my first bono watching Lita wrestle with the Hardy Boys.
Great content for me to react to, and just to show off his Twitter here, he's got over 3,000.
You don't react to the content. What are you talking about? You don't react to it. You react to the comment section of the content. That's what you do. It's very strange.
Followers.
See, I've got myself into a weird situation where I like the attention I get from the drunken peasants talking about me, but I don't like the things they say about me. So to try and still get the attention without getting my feelings hurt, I'm just going to read the comments from the viewers instead.
Oh yeah, and here's I'll share the link to the video if any of you guys want to check out his awesome content. I just linked it in the chat right there. If you want to check out the comment section to this video. Yeah, cuz I'm all for helping out smaller creators.
I can already see his response video to this. Actually, I got my first boner well before the Hardy Boys.
He's not going to do that.
With Weta.
Remember?
Ever wrestling with Weta.
He's not going to respond.
My first boner came from Medusa.
Please do.
Hey,
Alundra Blaze.
Let's be sweet boys at the beginning of the show.
On Twitter and YouTube, links will be both in the description, as well as my links to my Twitch, my Kick. You can also watch my videos on Rumble and Odyssey. All my videos are mirrored to both Odyssey and Rumble. So I was doing some quick research to see if, the Drunken Peasants is...
He does this every time. All he does is read Social Blade and Google definitions of words. That's what he does.
Because he has a very bad case of the ismtism.
Yeah.
Decided that they were going to change their tune about making live streams about me, but...
Change our tune? I don't think we ever said we weren't going to make live streams about you. We do whatever we want. We do whatever we want. You're hilariously not smart. So you're making videos about us. It's funny because people he goes on the attack while playing the victim at the same time, which is really weird. And I don't really understand how he can do that.
Yeah, he's classic Elmer Fudd. I'm obviously Bugs Bunny.
And I'm Bugs Bunny when he's in drag.
Wanted to see if there was any growth, which, as usual, no subscriber growth.
He's got no growth. These guys got no growth.
After making 2 live streams now in a row about me. It's always the same chuckleheads in their chat at all times. And just for added effect, I'm wearing the shirt that they decided to use a picture of me from. It's actually a shirt of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, which is one of my favorite games.
Thank you for the explanation there, Renowned Zero.
Thank you so much. I was worried for a second.
And he decided to make this live stream and even go as far back as showing a super old video of me when I was about probably 18 years old.
It's hilarious.
When I was doing YouTube videos of just video games.
Video games?
And it's a video of me requesting what people would like to see me do videos on. So they go through my last video that I made about them for about 45 minutes.
Uh-huh. You're not going to watch it, though, are you?
Right?
You're not going to watch it, though, are you?
Obviously upset that I'm still doing videos on them.
We are not upset at all. Keep them coming, bucko. Keep them coming.
I am upset that you're doing them on our fans, though. Our fans have some of the greatest comments in the history of YouTube. That's why I steal their jokes all the time. And for you to attack them is super rude.
He's not going to understand that you were joking there.
So, I don't know. I guess they're still upset about the fact that I'm seeing more growth than they are.
Yes, we are.
I'm getting subscribers. Yeah, they're getting a lot more views, but it seems like their views are pretty stagnant.
Do you think this actually matters?
Look, Sturgis, the facts are there. You're better than us in every single way.
Oh, no.
We need you to survive. The only reason we're responding to you right now is because we're thirsty, and you're such a godlike bro. You're so cool, dude. I'm so excited to see you and the rest of the Rippaverse run wild on the Drunken Peasants.
As far as being about the same every day, whereas, again, my views, sometimes I get a couple hundred, couple thousand.
He's doing it again.
Go up and down. Like I said, my best month was thanks to all of you in June. My best month. And of course, this was the month.
I got a problem with people that want to have a pee-pee measuring contest when they're not even out there using your pee-pees. Like, we use our pee-pees, dude. Here at Drunken Peasants, we use our pee-pee. Week after week, our fans come in. They show support. They show love. We're doing this because of our fans, because we use our DPPP. This guy, you can have the measuring contest all you want. Talk about your 500 views, your 1,000 views, whatever it is. You're not using them, dude. We're using your PP more than you are.
That ISOM 2 came out, and there were plenty of haters out there talking a bunch of noise. So they're saying I'm avoiding their video. Yes, I completely avoid listening.
You're literally on it right now. You could hit play and it would start playing and you could react to it, but you're not going to do that, are you? No.
Obnoxious fats who are more concerned.
He didn't watch the videos in the first post. He weighed about 3 seconds at a time, defined words for 10 minutes in between, and looked at Social Blade again.
Yeah, he was never really responding to our videos. He was just getting little trigger words, then Googling. See, this is the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Look at Social Blade.
My videos that I'm doing on the Rippaverse and Air July success. Yes, I'm more concerned with you guys. I should definitely be more concerned with you guys, more than concerned than you should be with your co-host essentially being overweight.
Okay.
And not taking care of himself. Like I said in my last video, they should probably focus more on that.
Pretty sure this guy lives in West Virginia because when he had Twitter up, it was showing like what was trending, and I almost said twending in West Virginia. So, and that usually means you live in West Virginia if you're getting what's trending in West Virginia. And
I taught putty tat.
And West Virginia is the most obese state per capita in the entire country. So he should be worried about his local community before he cares about what we're doing.
As friends, because that's what I would be doing if I were them. I would be more focusing on how to help my friend live a better life than me focusing on.
Like, if you were ever walking in our shoes, I would not expect you to keep up our pace. So don't tell me what you would do if you were us, because guess what? You're not us, you're you, and you barely do that well enough. Ben and I have been doing what we do for a long time. And one thing that we will never change is picking on little weaklings like you. We're punching down, baby. It's the Punching Down Syndrome podcast.
A small channel
we
like
got a
mine.
bad case of punching down syndrome.
right? And focusing on Eric July's success, because this seems to be a big thing.
No, I don't care about his success. I think his comic book sucks. I don't care about his success. Good for him. I can't deny it. I'm not saying that I care that he's successful. I'm not denying that he is. I'm not so petty. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. There are so many people in the world more successful than me. If that just bothered me so much, I wouldn't be around anymore. I don't care about that at all. His comic book sucks.
That he's successful. I'm proud of him for being successful.
You know what? When you got to admire a good scam. You know what I mean? You got to admire a good grift.
It's a nice summer scam is always a good thing.
Yes.
And I also admire the fact that he can't take criticism, even though he prides himself on monetizing his haters. The second he gets any sort of rocky waves in his actual psyche, he breaks down like a little baby.
Yeah.
That's what I also like.
Yep.
He can be successful. He can make millions off of his grift, and that's cool. But he could also be a weak little bitch.
Yeah. In some of Sturgis's comments, people were like, they just can't handle that Eric July is going to be at Comic-Con this year. It's like, I'm not going to Comic-Con. Why do I care if he's there? I literally don't care. Good for him.
Yeah, I like how he's going to the Comic-Con that all the majors have pulled out of.
Yeah, have they? I don't even know anything about it.
Pretty sure this year, like DC, I'm pretty sure Marvel's not going. Disney's not going. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty empty Comic-Con this year. I could be wrong about that. I thought they said they were pulling out.
In the media, that these people think they can ankle bite on someone who's more successful than they are.
Oh, Hell's Only says he's paying for a table at Comic-Con. He's not a guest.
Either way, I don't
get
care.
a table at Comic-Con. If we had the money, we could probably get one.
They just want to continue talking.
It's not that hard.
As of recording of this video, we'll check in on the ISO number 2 campaign.
I like how he's doing this like he's taking credit for someone else's accomplishment here.
Well, that's how these guys get their accomplishment here. They all bought into ISM. They all bought into it because they want to see success. They want to see someone speaking to them in comic books because Disney or Marvel or DC are no longer speaking to them. And they're going to trick themselves into believing this guy is speaking to them. He's not speaking to you unless you're a cool corn farmer. I guess that's kind of cool.
It's currently sitting over $1.9 million, over 16,000 purchasers, and yet Eric still hasn't added the short box. Once he adds the short box, I'm sure there's going to be a huge boost. I know I'll be getting one. You know, we've got 10,735 cover 8.
He can count on it.
One. Of course you will. And who asked for the PowerPoint presentation? Who really cares? Who cares? It's fantastic. He's got $2 million sales on this campaign. Good job. It's ends in what?
Glad to
a
see
week
you
and a half.
feeling better, young Bill Fridge. I'ma take a swig of water for you.
Please do. I'm so thirsty.
Quick reminder here. I will be taking shots at every $50 level that we hit on the goal tonight. So once we hit 200, I'm going to do another one. I've already done one.
Ben's $39.63 away from another shiggity shot.
Link in the chat. One thing, this is being hypercritical, but I hate the way he frames his webcam. Like it's all the way down to like his brow line, and there's a whole section of like his shoulder and the side of his head that's out of frame. Why is it a rectangle? Like
he wants to get all of that picture behind him in the screen. That's what's most important to him. I don't know. Was that Full Metal Alchemist?
I have no idea.
Whatever that is back there, he thinks that's cooler than anything he could ever be. So he just wants to make sure that's in the frame. That corner of the video is obviously, important to him, or else he would have his chud forehead or his dumbbell lower body leveled out.
Yeah.
He's like, look, dude, all I care about in life is that stupid picture and my stupid beard.
11,201 cover Bs, 3,586 cover Cs, 1,400.
He loves to just rattle off numbers. He is Rain Man.
112 cover
It's the ism.
Yeah, the ism-tism.
667 total books donated to comic books for kids.
Most definitely, yes.
Oh, did you hear about the comic book for kids thing? It's like he buys his own books and gives them to kids or whatever. Isn't that what it is?
He buys the books at like $12.50 a piece, gives them to the the people, and the people are like, we can barely afford to ship the comic books we have. What we really need is money.
Yeah, why not just give the money instead of buying your own books from yourself?
Eric July's like, no, I gotta buy these books and give them to sick kids because I can't sell them to healthy kids.
Well, why not just give the money to the kids, like the kids' charity, instead of the books? I don't understand.
He should.
Yeah.
But this is a self-serving fundraiser.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a fundraiser.
A lot of charity is self-serving.
Let's have a fundraiser for sick kids where we finance a trip to Hawaii, and while we're in Hawaii, we'll visit a sick kids hospital.
Well, that's the thing. We have to start looking at charity for what it is. It's a side hustle. The majority of people that have charities or use charities are doing them as a side hustle. They're doing them to get some sort of virtue value out of what they're doing and into your mind and into your heart. It's kind of like how when you go on a date with a girl and you pretend to be a feminist so that she'll like have sex with you. That's basically what charity is. They're sickos.
Where you donate comics to less fortunate children, and yeah, this one is thanks to all of you or anyone who watches me that bought comics to donate, which I'll be doing at some point during the campaign, and as well as I'll be getting cover D and the short box. But I'm not going to spend too much time on Drunken Peasants. They seem to still be as irrelevant as always. Punching down, and now they're actually saying that
punching down. Yeah, there he goes again. We're irrelevant, yet we're punching down. Don't you have to be relevant to punch down? Like relevant enough?
That's what you would think, but he finds a way to punch down against our audience.
Yeah, what a crybaby.
Punching down is somehow a left talking point.
I don't think we said that.
I don't know what he's talking. He brought up punching down.
Right.
You brought up punching down, then you continued to punch down in our comments because you wouldn't talk toe-to-toe with the boys.
Yes, a woke talking point. It was someone in the comments on their...
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're so dumb that you're going to pretend like what the people in our chat say is what we say?
Which it is actually true. Anybody in our chat that says anything, Ben and I are held personally responsible for what they say.
Damn it.
Live stream saying that it's what woke people say, punching down. No, it's typically what YouTube creators, I should say, usually say when you're essentially punching down on a smaller channel, thinking you're going to gain some type of clout, right? So
no, don't explain it, dude.
He should Google the definition right now.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think, dude. You're already wrong. You're weird. Don't even try to explain it. You're a goof.
This is what y'all are doing. Thinking you're going to gain some type of huge boost. Meanwhile, you've made 2 straight live streams about me.
Here
right?
It is.
And it has less views than the majority of your live streams.
So what does that say about you? What are you trying to say about yourself?
Well, they also have less time viewed. Like, we tend to get more views the longer we roll with things.
Yeah, but seriously, is his point that he sucks and is making our videos worse?
Well, I mean, he is right about that. Is that his point? That is true. He does suck. These videos are worse, but at least it's not Trump again.
Yeah. I mean, we got to diversify.
Talking about whatever other garbage you like to talk about, which is fine. You're allowed to do that, I guess, but that's what you want to continue to complain about is me. You're perfectly fine. Now we're going to move over to Dick Masterson, who finally popped up back out of nowhere because he always wants to involve himself for some reason in any Twitter beef that Eric July gets into with most people. Which is hilarious because he ends up monetizing them. So this was something that Eric responded here, telling, of course, once again, obtuse gnome, saying, you made a comic book and yet are speaking on indie animation despite not knowing anything about making indie animation since you're not an animator or an artist. You were invited by Chris Gore to fill the room for his panel. You are legitimately an idiot. Yes, a guy who just recently put out some animation, probably produced it. Somehow
produced it? Did you say produced it?
It's
probably produced it.
Doesn't know anything about animation.
Smells like Paducey in here.
To which he responds, moron, I produced, wrote, and scripted and storyboarded in the animation. On top of voice acting and literally creating and designing every single character that's in the animation. So yeah, he clearly knows something about it.
Does he?
You didn't do the animation, you did writing and told someone else how you wanted it. You probably didn't use a story editor either. And the animation panel would be better suited to having your animator and not you. Also, please tell me you didn't voice Avery. Once again, I'm the one that actually wrote and produced the thing. Idiot, I was just as part of the process in it as I was in the comic books. Like, again.
See, these are the people Eric July responds to. This is by your definition, this is punching down, Sturgis.
I don't know what it is about me that has you so up in arms that you're just saying stupid things. Which he is. He is just saying stupid things. And just for context on the actual animation trailer, we'll go ahead and watch it.
Okay, why?
When your hero is the villain, you're not fans, you're henchmen. You guys are henchmen for a villain-ass Eric July who cosplays his life as Isom, as Avery, and we read the comic book. Avery's not even a good hero. He's a guy that goes to save a girl in a nightclub and completely forgets about her and throws a temper tantrum because they disrespected him. That's not a hero, dude. You guys are henchmen for a punk villain in a shit comic book. GG.
Yeah, if you take the disrespect out of a nightclub and move it over to Twitter, then you have Eric July right there,
Well, there
right?
you go.
Isn't
there
it the,
you go.
Let's check out the next video that he made. Here it is. This one's called The Fats Respond to My Recent Video About Them and Send Their Fans to ratio me and fail. I don't recall telling anyone to ratio him. I don't know what he means by maybe downvote his video. I didn't tell anyone to do that, but if that's what he expects, I don't know. Do what you do.
I don't care enough.
Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and it would appear that I have indeed angered the Fats and his fans by...
And his fans? The Fats and his fans? So he's going to be a grammar Nazi throughout this entire video, so I'm just going to call out every grammar mistake he makes.
My last video, and as they try to come over to my channel in droves trying to dislike my video and try to ratio me, unfortunately it didn't work. Better luck next time, boys. They even tried commenting and saying, you know, the typical things like delete my channel and all this other stuff, essentially trying to insult the way I said video games. It's pretty hilarious how they think.
Hear how hard he had to push that out? Video games.
It was hilarious when you said Gideo games. That was cute. We liked it.
Here's the link.
I don't think we've ever once wanted him to delete his channel. Haven't we continually asked him to respond?
Yeah, this is him responding to the comments from people. The negative comments as if we're the people making the negative comments. Because he's too scared to actually respond to our video like we're doing with his video.
Well, if somebody told him to delete his channel, they were probably looking out for him.
At all.
Because he looks like a fucking idiot.
So, I don't know. I guess when you insult somebody like that, I guess you kind of lose the argument at a certain point.
Okay, this is coming from the guy who just called us fat all the time, like in his first video.
If you insult somebody, you probably lose the argument right off the bat.
So you lost it
said
4 videos ago. Yeah.
You're fat. You're fat.
Joshy.
But dude, I wonder how smooth my brain is, because I'm kind of jealous of how smooth this guy's brain is. Probably feels so good, pillowy and soft, smooth brain sturgeon.
I started with 962 subscribers this morning, and now I'm at 965, very close to 1,000 subs. Thank you all for being here and viewing the videos and subscribing. We are now 35 away from hitting that 1K monetization. So, they are essentially doing the exact same thing that Nerdette's Newsstand. Nerdette's Newsstand tried this a couple of months ago, and back in April, as you can see the dates of
don't know who that is.
I made right after this video right.
Is Nerdette, was she commenting on this fellow as well?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know who she is, so I don't know.
Here, she completely
Gotta
stops
get her on the
talking
show now.
about me. Because she knew that the Streisand effect was coming, right? That month, she of course deleted some videos. She lost 400 subs. And her channel...
Back to the Social Blade again. This guy is just obsessed with looking at Social Blade.
Has been in a downward spiral ever since. Looking about the same amount of views that these fats are essentially having, because they have nothing else going on, so they're essentially attaching themselves to the Rippaverse and trying to bite at the ankles of Eric July.
Are we? I haven't been talking about Eric July, just laughing at your really low IQ videos.
And for the most part, we've pretty much forgotten about Eric July.
Yeah, actually later in this episode, I found an interview that he did on Fox News several months ago that I was going to watch there. But aside from that, we haven't mentioned him that much.
Don't get us wrong. We would comment on him whenever possible.
Whereas I'm a channel
if it's interesting,
calling out the lies and calling out the weirdos who think that biting at the ankles of Eric July will somehow bring them some sort of success. But it doesn't appear to be the case. This was actually the first comment that came up was ismtism. Apparently I have this evil persona of being called Sturgis or ismtism because I made fun of the way someone said the word ism by saying ism. I think it was Hannibal and Monty that said it like that, because they're trying to make fun of it essentially by not calling it what it is. So I'm going to be doing the same here by not really calling these guys what they are. I'm just going to refer to them as the fats.
Haven't you already been doing that?
He's leveling up against us, Ben. How will we survive?
By doing what he's already been doing this whole time.
We're finally seeing the ismtism's real powers.
He's twiggered.
So I'm going to start all the way from the top, and we're going to go through these and just sit here and laugh, because that's what I like to do. I like to...
Why not watch the video?
Make videos when people try to talk a lot of noise about me. Like, we got Lowbrow Jester here. Okay, that's all well and said. Well, maybe not well said, but said nonetheless. Do you know that Spawn could and would destroy ism?
That's a good point.
I don't know who Spawn is destroying when there's no hero called Ism. Secondly, that's your opinion. It's not really a fact. They're fictional characters. So
well, Spawn has like the powers of hell, right? And Ism has the powers of Jesus.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spawn is going to destroy Ism. Like that's pretty well known.
Yeah.
I mean, who really knows? Why are you avoiding critic that you could be able to give strong feedback on? Rippaverse deserves better. Now what we have here is what we call concern trolling. And not proper grammar, essentially.
It's because I think they meant to write critique, but they spelled it as critic instead.
Is Jormaku one of our fans, or is that somebody who really is just in the Rippaverse and questioning why he doesn't respond?
I'm pretty sure it's John from Finland. So English is their second language. I don't think Sturgis would know how to speak proper Finnish grammar. So,
Item is my favorite woke comic book. Well, I guess that would be true if it was actually a fact where it's not woke. You weirdos just decide that you're going to define the word woke as something completely different from what it actually is.
Why don't you pull it up on Google again?
Is. Wish I could be a super fan of a super woke comic like you are. Well, I mean, if you're a fan of DC and Marvel, a lot of the stuff is woke, so you're kind of halfway there, bud. As Shadow Jack points out, if it's DC and Marvel you're into, you're already there. You really showed those drunken peasants keep owning them and play those Gideo games. So that's apparently what I misspoke with in my last video, was the fact that I said apparently Gideo games. I guess that's supposed to be some type of insult towards me. I'm really not sure what...
I don't know if it's an insult. I think it's a jab at you for not being able to pronounce video games, something you obviously adore. You wear it on your shirt. You have it all over your room. Your walls are adorned with this Gideo game art, and you can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Because you're a Gideo goof.
Level of IQ you have to be to come up with such a simplistic type of insult like that.
I mean, to be fair, brother, you came up with it. You said Gideo game.
You literally said it, and we laughed at it.
We just grabbed it. We just grabbed it. We didn't let it go. I'll give you that. We could have very low IQs for not letting it go, or we could be having a laugh.
Video game underground.
You do you, bro.
Video game underground. I'm a zero and renowned.
This to me is a bot. Delete your channel, loser.
No, that is Drake Dragsaw.
What?
The Degeneracy Live account doing the delete your channel loser is Drake Dragsaw.
Oh no.
Yeah.
For the algorithm. Wow, you're sure are turning this around and owning me. Sure are. It's cute that you think invading and downvoting my video somehow makes you look like the good guys here. Typical sheep mentality.
You can't even read your own comment.
Typical sheep mentality.
0 seconds. This was in response to a poll I made where I said, what length of video do you prefer? They actually went over to my poll and
Yeah, that's funny. He had a poll asking people like what length should his video be. And
0 seconds.
0
Your
seconds.
channel.
decided to
I
comment.
think your video length should go for that highly renowned 0 seconds.
He should change it to, instead of renowned, it should be regarded 0.
Highly regarded.
Highly regarded 0.
By saying 0 seconds, delete your channel. And I said appreciate your feedback. Because, again, trolling is not really going to affect a troll, someone who could play a troll better than you can.
Got him.
No matter how many of these videos you make, July's never going to love you. Well, he loves the fact that I buy his product and I support his work.
He wasn't like, what are you talking about? I don't care about that. Like, I just like his stuff. Like, well, he loves what I do when I buy his stuff.
And I like how he went to correct Seth Looks by saying that when Seth Looks just typed it out right afterwards. You bought all his stuff, and that's the only value you will ever have for him. And before he could read that line, he just doubled down and agreed with it.
And give his family the ability to survive and eat and for him to build generational wealth. I'm sure he enjoys that, unlike the mainstream who likes to tell everyone they're Istanphobes and this and that, whereas Eric July is not doing that. You bought all of his stuff and that's the only value you ever have for him. Similar to how that would be for anyone in Marvel and DC or Image. That's pretty much what you would be to them as well. So, I mean, kind of just self-owned yourself if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we ask you anything, I'm pretty sure we're going to get your wild opinion that's always right and never wrong, and we're also fat. We get it.
I said, yawn, come back with something better. Oh, damn, I was thinking the same about you.
I like how these responses he thinks are worthy of him rereading in his video.
Yes.
These are so dumb, dude. You're so pathetic and dumb, and you're over here like, by the way, all these guys that just said things that I kind of fell into as a little dummy myself, I'm also going to respond and then respond again and talk about a video to make, me look like a real God King when I slay Seth Looks, when I slay him.
Not the cure thing never works, bro. Low energy videos, low energy responses. Better not start deleting your comments you don't like, boy. Is that supposed to be an insult? Is that supposed to, again, be some kind of threat? I mean, I don't do that.
That's supposed to be a threat?
I don't delete comments because I'm not afraid of little pansies on the internet who...
You are afraid because if you... Not watching our video is essentially deleting our comments. You're making a video about us, about a video that we made about you, but you don't actually watch it. You ignore that.
It's kind of great, though, because now all of our fans are going to keep coming to his thing to respond. So he's going to get all these views from our fans because they're going to go there to dog on him. So he's getting like 30, 40 extra views.
He's going to get
every video.
He's going to get lolcow views. That's what they are.
But that's to him, to a lolcow. It doesn't matter where they come from.
It matters. I think it matters to him.
Maybe. I think he's too stupid to care.
Just type at their keyboard. I'm sorry. I put my videos so low energy that I have people that like my videos in consistent sub growth. Jeremy Reeves, one of my favorite guys here. He's always commenting, always giving me suggestions for movies and giving his opinion. He's not afraid to voice his opinion because I tell him all the time. Just like anyone that views the channel and comments, I tell them, you're allowed to have your opinion on this channel.
What a good friend in the Rippaverse.
Do you really think that every celebrity or content creator has a personal relationship with their fans? Sure, Eric may not know me, exist or know I exist, but I'm sure he appreciates the support that both me and his other fans, including myself, do to support his work. Here's an idea. Instead of complaining,
and his other fans, including myself. Me? Oh, okay. So he was reading 0 and his other fans, including myself. Okay.
Moaning and calling yourself someone a simp.
Wasn't as stupid as I thought.
Because someone dares to like someone you don't, maybe do something productive in your life. That's what I say all the time. I responded by saying, bruh, I grew up during Modern Warfare 2 lobbies in 2008. Your comments helped my video in the algorithm.
Oh, he's doing the "you helped me in the algorithm" thing. That's the hardest cope ever.
He grew up in the Modern Warfare 2 video game lobbies. He's a veteran. He's tough. These comments don't hurt him. He survived Modern Warfare 2 video game lobbies in 2008.
Again says, man, thank goodness someone linked your video. I tried searching you and you didn't even come up. So much for that growth, huh? So, just for you.
Look what he does.
I'm going to open a brand.
Let's see what does he have on his eBay.
Brand new tab live on the video. And I'm going to type my name into the search bar here. Oh my god, wow. It's the first video that comes up. It's the first channel that comes up. Wow, that was so difficult for someone who wants to pretend like they searched for me. Good job, bud. Good job.
It's probably because they didn't type in Renown 0. They probably typed in weird dork that just has a speech impediment and is overly critical of everybody except himself.
IQ a little bit. You realize he's responding to Jeremy. He says to me, wow, I grew up in arcades where you actually had to be face to face with people and deal with the consequences of your crap talking.
There you go.
I mean, I'm old enough to remember the times when you used to smash quarters down on arcade machines and talk a bunch of crap.
What the?
Good response, buddy.
He's like, I grew up in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. And then Seth looks is like, yeah, dude, I grew up in arcades where you had to talk face to face with people. He's like, yes, I too remember smashing quarters and talking crap.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to play that game, sure, he's had more growth. So they admit that I've had more growth than a channel with 108,000 because they just lost 1,000 subs. But where's the super chat, Streamlabs?
He doesn't even know that YouTube rounds off how many subscribers you have. So.
Some Patreons. It's Patreon, by the way. Again, low IQ, doesn't know how to spell. You're on a keyboard. Most keyboards and computers have autocorrect. You can autocorrect that. You don't have to spell things incorrectly like an idiot. Super chats, those are things that come from live streams and Streamlabs and Patreons. Yeah, I have a Streamlabs. I have a Subscribestar. I'm sorry, I don't subscribe to Patreon, the commie website that bans people for no reason. So I don't have that one. But if y'all must know, my Subscribestar is in the description, just so I can make fun of you guys, because I do have one of those. I just don't push it really at all because it's not that important right now.
Yeah,
it's not
obviously, because nobody wants to subscribe to you, dude. You're getting lolcow views.
The only thing.
Don't explain yourself. You don't have to. We know who you are. This entire ride against you has never been us wondering, what are we getting wrong about Sturgis? What are we getting wrong about Sturgis? We don't think that. We think, look at this dummy. Let's poke at him and get him to fucking respond again. Simple, dude.
Thing I do in my life.
You're a poke bag. I
was like, fantastic. So did I, bud. Cope harder. That's a good question. Usually, the success of views translates into revenue. That only makes sense if I had 1,000 subscribers, and I was actually in the YouTube Partner Program. Yes, understanding YouTube is hard for unintelligent viewers of the fats. So where's the RV trip around Ism, Seth? Yeah, not my name, but
that's like an old DP meme. The RV trip.
Yes. You'll never be a sexy goth bad boy. I think this is in reference to Billy the Fridge.
Yes.
Saying something about me, about he liked me or had a crush on me or something.
So that's when he stopped watching our videos when I went after him and Eric July and said I wanted to have sex with them because I was tired of having the stupid back and forth of commenting back and forth. He stopped watching them because I was like, I just want to have sex with these guys. They're so attractive. And I knew that would get him to stop, and it did. He totally hasn't responded. And I knew it, but he hasn't confirmed it until just now. Because I think that involves some Billy the Fridge said he wanted to have sex with me.
He wanted to have
This is the first time he's responded to that. That's hilarious. Good for you, you little goof.
Go play your video games, Simple Sturgis. Heart. Of course, I like all their stuff because it's a form of trolling. It's
a form of trolling. He liked every comment on the video. It's a form of trolling.
He wants more.
So is it trolling when you're trolling the positive comments too? How is it a form of trolling? Because you just liked all of them.
He's happy
hilarious.
to get any of these
Long
comments.
beard,
He really
great
is.
dude. I actually talked to them on Twitter as well. I just realized.
You like that comment? Are you trolling them?
If I were Drunken Peasants place, I would encourage people digging up. I wouldn't encourage people digging up old stuff.
Oh, hold on though.
Does not say wouldn't.
Yeah, it says would. It says would, but I think so. This person's an actual subscriber to him because they have the subscriber badge.
It's his buddy.
So he's not calling out the spelling mistake this time.
So grammar Nazi is good for thee, but not for me.
Exactly.
Ah.
2, gotta love the actual fandom cope. You have not earned enough millions. Is this a pattern of diminishing returns while pretending that DC and Marvel don't have diminishing returns on everything they do? It's true. Please keep making videos. They're unintentionally hilarious. I'm not sure if this is a subscriber of mine or to them.
No, it's one of ours.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure if this is because it's. He's like, well, it's kind of positive.
Demand.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Minus 10 minutes is in response to what length of video do you prefer?
Yes.
Demand. This Big Diesel coming in to do a minus 10-minute video.
Demand says negative 10 minutes. Again, in reference to my poll that I have up. Again, you're just helping my algorithm.
You're just helping my algorithm. That is the hardest cope on YouTube.
He's so happy.
When someone like leaves a bad comment, you're like, thanks for the algorithm boost.
Gonzo makes a great point in our fan chat. It says, quote, "Ha, you guys have no fans. Just look at all of them in my comments."
Right.
Just continue to do it. Gideo games. Quote, clout. Yes. Essentially, the fats are biting at the ankles of Eric July for clout and biting at me for clout at this point, which they're not really doing very well on that.
Man, we're just trying to make a meal out of this meat. It ain't that big of a deal, dude.
Here's my comment on his video, and I used a word that was too big for him and that he struggled with a little bit.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, here it is.
We go. We got them responding themselves. It's quite cowardly to not actually watch the video and to respond to what we said because I don't have time to respond to idiocy.
There's in the last 24 hours, you've made a half hour worth of content featuring us. So you got time, buddy.
You got time. Don't lie. Don't lie. Here comes the fucking hot topic word he's going to butcher. I cannot wait to hear this.
It's no surprise, though. You're just a sycophantic
You knew it was that one, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Follower with no actual opinions of your own. Yeah, that's
I like the term sympathantic, though. He
sympathantic.
is sympathantic.
Yeah.
He's sympathantic. You are a Rippaverse sympathant.
That's Cope. Who happens to follow another coward. So they just essentially called Eric July a coward.
He is. He talks trash, and when it gets pushed back hard enough, he runs away.
He's got a wussy. He's got a little wussy in between his legs.
That is cowardly. He's gonna do.
GG. I can guarantee you right now, you would never say anything to Eric July's face.
I would. Yeah.
Not only would I say it, I know how he would react with his bitch ass temper, and then I'd call the cops after I beat his ass because he would have swung first.
Right. and then we get a piece of that ism money too.
I'm suing the ism, dude. I'm suing him. He ain't 50 Cent. He ain't Tupac. I ain't worried about Eric July.
Guarantee that you would not win in any physical altercation with Eric July, and this is not a threat.
Dude, you can tell he's just in love with this man. The way he's talking about him.
He's like, this is just a fact. I would float on his pillowy testicles every time I throat this delicious Eric D July. The D stands for delicious D.
by the way. This is just facts. You spend every video reading definitions and looking at Social Blade. Peak ism-tism. Yeah, because you know why I do that?
Why?
Because it makes you angry.
Does it?
Tell me why.
Does it make me angry? Or
Ben, he's got us figured out. Once again, we're so triggered.
I'm so angry about Social Blade.
That's why I read definitions and look at Social Blade. It makes you angry because you're bringing it up right here.
So does that mean everything you bring up makes you angry?
And I noticed
I don't know, man.
By the faces you make when around the points where I'm talking about.
I thought you didn't have time to watch our videos. How do you know what faces we're making?
Oops.
That seems weird. Do you have like a hidden camera in here somewhere?
I had to stop responding to their videos because they made me look like an idiot.
That's the truth right there. That is the actual truth.
About these things, y'all get upset about it. The way he's attracted to numbers like he's some kind of Rain Man. Funny how he won't make eye contact with a camera. Imagine how Spurgy is in person. I guess.
He didn't reply to the Rain Man one, and then the other was like, I guess. Huh.
I guess.
Definitely ism. Definitely ism. So again, you want to talk about me not having my own opinions. You have multiple people saying the exact same things you're saying.
It's called a joke, and they're all dogpiling on you over it because it's funny.
Yeah. When I say
there are multiple people dogpiling you because it's funny.
Yeah, and what I'm saying about you is you're clearly a pseudo-intellectual follower that has no opinions of your own. You just think whatever Eric July tells you is good, and then you go along with it. That's what I'm talking about.
You have no problem with the dog pile when it's you and your dogs in the pile.
Right.
You don't care. All you Eric July fans love the fact that he has this monetized the haters streams. You guys
and he
love
says,
the dog pile. It makes you feel like you're big dog.
And he says he's gonna do the monetize the haters thing. And he also is a libertarian like Eric July. He thinks comic books are too woke like Eric July. He has all of these opinions that he got because he's a fanboy for Eric July. That's plain as day.
I just find
I'm pretty sure he only grew that beard because of Eric July too.
Maybe.
His measure of success is subscriber growth over just 2 streams that cover him. Yeah? Because when you don't build up subscribers, you don't build people that want to listen to what you have to say, your channel is not essentially not growing.
But deep. That's
you don't
all,
have
folks.
more people to watch your videos, which turn into ad revenue, which turns into more people that listen to spread your message to essentially be the word of mouth to everybody else that might be interested in watching your content, which proves he is not.
I like guys who their entire business acumen is spewing off what they learned from Eric July, but Eric July's actual business plan is using these people who are angry at Marvel to fund his own personal fucking crayon book, his Crayola crayon book. Because all he's doing is making comic books with his little Crayola crayons, playing I'm a comic book creator. It's been a year plus. He's got 2 books in, and the second one's not out yet, but the first one stunk. He's just playing with crayons, dude. And you guys are paying him millions of dollars to do it. And you guys think that that's your business acumen. You can copy him. You're not copying him. He only exists because you're slobbing on him. Because you're the throaters, the writers that deep his Eric D every day.
And you have an entire channel that's mostly dedicated to defending him and going after people who say anything negative about him.
We're the shield. We are the shield for Eric D. July. You will never talk bad about him. He is so successful, and we will also be successful because we are also libertarians.
Oh, it's Rippaverse goalposts.
Why are you obsessed? It's your fault, Rippaverse goalpost. Every time you post a video of me online, I think to myself, how could he get me? Once again, catching me obsessed. How do you do it? How do you find the clips, Rippaverse goalposts? How do you continue to find us seething? You're so good at what you do. Oh,
I thought he was asking Sturgis here why he was obsessed.
Oh.
I read that wrong. You know, sometimes it's hard to catch the context when it's in print and not like spoken. My bad, Rippaverse goalposts.
I have no idea.
Successful as he thinks. I've been pretty much more successful than the Fats since I've started my channel.
Have you
really been putting in?
I had heart failure last week, and I still consider myself leaps and bounds more successful than you. Yeah. I'm sorry. I spent a week in a hospital bed, and I feel like that was a better week than you had, you goofball loser. Prove me differently. Prove me that you had a better week than me, and I spent my week with heart failure in the hospital. I don't think you can. Go, do it.
Effort into my channel, I should say. As he thinks as if he was this would have attracted more views. Again, grammar. I'm going to read that again. Which proves he is not as successful as he thinks as if. Thinks he is, you mean? If he was, this would have attracted more views and subs to the streams that cover him. He accidentally just dunked on himself. I mean, you dunked on yourself with this statement because, again, you have no grammar skills. Gideo games. I think Eric might be too fat to debate me. He keeps ducking me on Twitter. Again, more people that have no grammar skills. Dude, you are a lol cal.
We know for a fact Demand 593 is far more fit than Eric D. July.
Yeah.
He's a far more fit man. I don't know if he makes better comic books because I don't think he makes comic books, but I'm pretty sure he's a better entertainment viewer than Eric D. July. Our guy Demand 593, he is a fan of a lot of great entertainment. He's got great taste in his anime, in his gaming, quality human being. I dare Eric July to step to that ripped, muscly, meaty man.
Do you not understand what that is? If you keep making these videos, people are going to make fun of you. Nah, I'm awesome. Yeah, I have more people saying my videos are great more than I have people making fun of me. I literally have just...
Is that true?
No.
Because we've been looking at the comments, Sturgis. We've been looking at the comments. You haven't shown us that, and you've shown us the comments. I think you're lying. I think you're coping. I think you're full of it.
Fats fans making fun of me. They're not really making fun of me. They're just kind of saying stuff and just repeating what they're saying.
So Rippaverse is talking about the Rippaverse goalpost is talking about our empty space. I don't see anything empty right now. I see our large video screen that we're watching right now. By the way, don't you like this guy? Look at his layout. His layout's infinitely worse than ours is. That just goes to show you're an idiot. Sorry.
Rippaverse just wants our pictures to be bigger so they can use our faces clearer when they go to edit us for the Twitter. And I don't think they're wrong.
I thought it was when they go to kiss their screen. They just want our face bigger on there.
That's what they do though. That's what everybody does. I don't know how. One in the chat if you kiss Ben and I on the screen.
That's what I'm saying.
I know you do. I know you guys do.
Repeating what the Fats are saying. Again, we're back to ism-tism. So, at the end of the day, we'll pull up right here. Here you go. Here's your negative 1,000.
Oh, we get to look at some more Social Blade
subscribers as of today. Because I know it infuriates you so much that I bring this up. It hasn't even added
really
yet,
doesn't.
But it will. I'm at 965. But as you can see, my growth is still there. My views may not be as high because my subscribers aren't as high as yours. But at least I'm growing.
Subscribers almost don't mean anything. Like, there are channels with millions of subscribers that hardly get any views at all. There's a lot of other factors that play into subscribers and views and other things like that.
None of this means anything. Like,
yeah.
We show up, we joke around with our fans, we get some money for it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ben, when you wake up and go to your day job every day, are you butthurt that you have to go home and do the Drunken Peasants podcast?
I don't have a day job.
Oh shit, you mean you get paid to do this?
Yeah, for like 10 years now, this has been my profession.
Because wait a second, because I just realized I don't have a day job either. So I guess I guess we don't just do this for fun. We do this because this is our livelihood.
Oh, I thought it was that we were obsessed.
So I guess all these numbers don't really matter when the only numbers that matter are that, you know, we buy beer with this money. Come on, dude. Nobody cares about these numbers. We're having fun here.
Appreciate everyone again for the highest month I've had This again is around the time where everyone's talking crap about ISOM 2 and I'm covering it all. My video views and my subscribers being the highest they've ever been. So thank you again to people who are viewing and subscribing to the videos. Last but not least, let's just come right over here and hear a special message from Tom McDonald. Let's click on this.
No, I don't want to play this. I don't want to
His
play
cool Blair White music video with Tom McDonald and Blair White.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Well, when we looked at his Twitter page at first, his not his Twitter, his YouTube page, the recommendeds were like some regular bullshit, then Nintendo, and then Tom McDonald.
Does Blair White follow Sturgis on Twitter? Because I don't think she does. Pretty sure she follows DP.
No.
Pretty sure.
Oh shit.
What about Doug TeNapel?
Doug TeNapel wished me a happy recovery and said
That's
that
so nice.
He said that I should turn to God for my survival, and you know what? I did. I was like, if Doug and God get me through this, I'm doing it. So I'm happy to say I worship Doug's God now.
Oh,
and
do you?
He's making me happy and healthy again.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Doug.
For this video. Thank you all for checking it out. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Again, do not interact with anyone that I've shown in this video. Leave all your comments in the comment section down below of this video.
It's very nice of him to say that. Do not interact with anyone I've shown in this video. That's a very professional thing to do.
He
I don't
does
think
that
it really
every time.
matters at all.
No.
I don't think anybody in his chat is going to care enough to interact.
You might as well not even make the video if you actually care about no one interacting with someone that you made a video about.
Yeah, we saw the people interacting with the other people in his chat. He was giving them attaboys as he was reciting.
Right.
So please don't interact, but also I'm going to like and appreciate everybody who does. It's kind of contradictory, but that's okay.
And if you're watching, you could join our Discord. It was just linked by Magicus in the chat there.
Content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you get notifications anytime
Well, Sarah
I post
says
a
if
video.
someone wishes you well but adds some shit about Jesus, they don't actually care. They just want to recruit you. I don't know if that's true. I think they don't know any other way. I don't think they know any other way to care because they believe Jesus heals all. Jesus brings all. So I think they might just be a little washed. But it is proselytizing. But I don't know if it's their fault necessarily. Ooh, we got Big Billy on the screen. If you guys want to go toe-to-toe with young Bill Fridge, now would be the time. Ben just walked behind me. It's kind of weird because we're not in the same room right now. So he walked behind me. I was like, Ben back there? But he's not. I'm at home right now. So, you guys want to ask me cool questions? Want to ask me all the happy-go-lucky questions that make Drunken Peasants beautiful? Discord is scary. So many good arguments in DP Discord. People just love to argue. Hell's Only says they do it because they believe that. Hey, oh, there you go. DJ Thick Soul getting Ben to another drinky drink when he gets
that
burnt.
other fat guy drink when he gets back, please.
He gonna have to. He gonna have to drink. Looking stunning today. Yeah, I've lost. I'm on diuretics after the heart failure, so I've been peeing like crazy. All my water weight that my body couldn't process due to my heart failure is coming off. I've had to disavow keto. I can no longer do the keto diet because of my heart failure. I have to do low sodium diet. So if anybody watching right now has cool low sodium diet tricks, let me know. All the bacon and stuff I was eating before, it's possible the keto diet didn't help. How many nurses did I get pregnant? Like 17. They were all male nurses too. I was parting the Dead Sea. Christopher Strauss says, Billy, how do I get a smoking hot babe? Well, the real answer to that, okay, you have to be very good at being alone. All right? A lot of people jump into relationships. They couple up because they can't stand being alone. And part of the reason they can't stand being alone is because they're terribly uninteresting. What you have to do is conquer being alone, become interesting within yourself, become passionate about things that you enjoy. And smoking hot babes will see you, and they will see that confidence. They will see that you've conquered being alone, and they will know that you're ready to be partnered with them. Fact. But all you got to do is conquer being alone. Unsalted butter. What's the point of even having butter at that point? Unsalted butter. I'm probably going to have to do unsalted butter. Probably going to have to. I think I have a bunch of butter in my freezer too. Rippaverse Gold Post says, how many news articles do you read per week? Got to stay up to date with the latest so there's no awkward silence during the podcast. Yeah, I don't know. We read like 742 different articles. We're some of the greatest talking heads on the internet, Ben and I. All we ever do is read articles and comment on them, and it's terribly funny every time. Billy can eat pineapple to make his crumbles taste good. Now, it's true. My crummies are going to be really good with the pineapple. I do like pineapple, too. I've been eating so much fruit. I had a bunch of cherries. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I had a bunch of cherries before the show today. I was just sitting back, cracking off some delicious cherries. And I'm like, man, I miss fruit. Honest Red thinks he's the greatest talking head of all time. Yeah, with editing, I can agree with that. Unedited, though, I don't know, Honest Red. I don't know. It's very possible I get too handsome. We all remember how handsome I was when I was 370 pounds. Ooh, boy. I was so handsome. One of the things I hate about these detractors that call us fats is, like, I don't think they understand the quality of life I live at my size. Like, I don't need $308 million to put out a color crayon comic book, right? I literally just walk outside and I get all the bounties and happiness that a billionaire would get for just being myself. So many people need money to try and get some sort of happiness. I just have it off the bat. Terribly spoiled when it comes to that. Everybody thinks you're in the same room as me, Ben.
Yeah, I love how that works that way. Isn't that great?
I was like, the chair was even basically lined up with my back. I was like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Felt like I was right back in the studio.
Let's watch the Fox News interview with Eric July from like 10 months ago. It's on Fox and Friends.
All right, from Superman to Thor, comic book characters are getting a woke makeover. We've been telling you about this. But you have a new comic book publisher promising to ignore cancel culture, and it is paying off. Rippaverse's debut, comic book number one, Isom, is number one, nearly made $3 million already, showing no signs of stopping. Founder of Rippaverse Comics, Eric July, and artist behind it all of Isom, Gabe Abdullah El Talib.
Wait a second.
Congratulations.
The artist behind Isom is a fat?
Isn't that funny how that works?
How could this be? I thought the fats had nothing to add. Mm-hmm. And the guy getting the most praise for this book is a fat.
To both of you, I guess let's start with you if we can, Eric. What gave you this idea? What prompted you to do what you did in October?
Well, you know, I'd been talking about this for a little bit. I've been in the commentary space, certainly on YouTube, various other channels, talking about comic books.
He literally does the interview while it's being positioned, this is anti-woke. They literally just said it. But you'll hear his fans saying that he never claimed that. Right?
I mean, his fans will not ever get anything correct anyways. That's why they're at where they're at.
books and the state of it and having my complaints. What I wanted to do was be a part of the solution instead of always griping about the problem. So I had the idea. It's made sense financially. It was the perfect time to do it. And, you know, I spent about almost a year and a half or so really trying to get this bad boy off of the ground. And we finally, of course, just announced it, and it reassured everything that I had been saying. But also that this American comic book market is still kind of thirsty for this type of material. They've just not.
How's he going to punch that woman in the stomach?
Or
she was pregnant until he punched her in the stomach. That's not woke. That's pro-abortion. That ain't right.
Or any of the likes that are kind of associated with being
obviously the art
honchos.
looks fine. Twisted Indica says the art looks fine. Obviously it looks fine. We saw it was drawn by a fat. Of course it's going to be good.
Of comic books, so the audience certainly reassured that this was a great decision to make.
Right, so at least 3 million people and counting. Gabe, you said you walked away. You said it was because I was upset that they wanted to make Superman woke and get rid of the slogan "Truth, Justice, and the American Way." Why was that the straw that broke your?
So I guess Rippaverse Goalposts says, "Keep it up. You're providing more ammo for a future expose video."
Rob Kogai says Gabe Eltabe attacks other comic creators on Twitter with threats of suing them. This is a match made in sleazy libertarian heaven.
Back.
Oh, thank you for having me, Brian. Yeah, I dreamed of being a comic book artist since I was a little boy, and I worked my way up. It was so hard. I made it to DC Comics, made it to Superman. My little boy dream came true. They made him woke. They got rid of his American citizenship. They said the truth, justice, and the American way doesn't matter. So you guys reported on it in October. I famously walked off the book, and that was a big deal. And soon after, I met up with Eric, and we started working on ISOM together. And I also made another book with another Warner Brothers DC Comics veteran, David Williams, and we created Truth, Justice, American Way as our love letter to like your classic Avengers, Superman, Batman kind of stories. So that's in.
I don't really have any issues with the artwork. It looks fine to me. It's the really shit dialogue in the story that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't even have issues with the story.
Shit, I need to do another shot. I missed this.
Oh yeah, I forgot to remind you while you were gone.
All right, let's do it.
I don't even care about the story sucking. I think it's the way he reacts to any sort of criticism that really, really draws me in.
You mean like how there are people that claim we're obsessed that are obsessed about defending him, and they sit here in the chat of a show that they don't like and watch it to make expose videos?
Proud of those guys. You're not obsessed at all. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you here.
Going on too, and working on ISOM with Eric has been amazing. Eric shares my ideals of we don't want to be anti-woke and attack people. We want to be non-woke. You know, we just want to give people classic superhero action. And Eric is right about what he's saying.
Eric, let me just ask you. Somebody not happy is Reddit. They said it's a comic book for hate groups. What's your reaction to that?
It's to be expected. There's a lot of things that are wrong with this industry. It's not just with the content per se. Even the economic model is very archaic, and a lot of people have a lot riding on protection.
Yeah, you should spend $50 on a comic. The economic model is all wrong.
$100 on a comic is fine. Just let's not pretend this comic is worth $100. This comic is all being pushed off of the anti-woke. We want to be no woke. Okay, we get it. You're mad that Superman's son's gay or something? We get it. You're pissed. Okay, well, we deserve better than this pile of crap that you put out, which we'll probably end up getting. Art always tends to get stale and then has a resurgence. I don't think this is the resurgence. If it is, then good for you.
The old guard, as I call them. So it was to be expected that hit pieces were going to be wrote. Those types of subreddits in which you mentioned, they were going to do their usual dirty tricks to try to kind of suppress it. But it shows just how organic this really is, because that hasn't been able to stop us, certainly at all. We've got a lot of enthusiasm about this project. People have seen the artwork. They see Cliff Richards do a great job. They see Gabe do his great color work. They've got a hint of the story. Everybody's stoked on this. and there's nothing that these people can do to certainly stop it. And to me, this is what they were
I don't want to stop it. Keep making it.
Always actually scared of, was us entering into this arena and doing our own thing as opposed to having to answer to them and trying to go about their way of doing things.
And real quick, 15 seconds, Gabe. Are other people calling you to join this, join your team?
Oh, yeah, I've been reached out to a lot this week. And it's funny, Comic-Con starts today here in San Diego where I live. And for the first time ever, DC Comics, they don't have a booth there. Yet here, Eric and I sit with a best-selling book. And I would encourage all of your viewers.
You mean he's not, like, too fat to be part of this? Because Eric doesn't want to talk to the fats.
Eric literally is building his franchise off the talent of a fat. And I say talent with the same asterisk that I say franchise. We'll see where this goes.
Go pick up ISOM right now, Rippaverse.com. Go get Truth, Justice, American Way on Indiegogo and stand up for Superman and Batman, these things that were so important to me and inspired me to be a hero. It's an American icon.
Two creative guys that are pro-American. Can you imagine? Thanks so much, guys. Congratulations on your success. Hopefully,
two
double your
creative
sales.
guys that are pro-American. I still would take Doug TenNapel and all of his questionable Christian politics over these guys as far as creators go. I'm sorry. Doug TenNapel, far better comic book creator than these fellows.
Yeah.
And probably also far more problematic. But I'd still
We get along with him better. He's like friendly to us.
I love Doug.
Yeah.
I love Doug.
What else we got?
These guys want to like be the heroes. Like, look, we hate what the comic books have done, and we're trying to save comic books. I think you're just another person that's positioned themselves in a void. Well, obviously, there's a lot of buyer disgust with DC, with Marvel. It's just not what it used to be. We get it, but you're putting yourself into this void, acting like you're going to fill it, and it's just not. It's icky. You make icky content.
What else should we play? Let's do some Mild Bill.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunrise on Daytona Beach. You know, I spent 20 years as a deputy sheriff and as a deputy United States Marshal, and I have a message for the cops in Canada and the USA who are going bad. First of all, to the police officers in Canada who have arrested, humiliated, abused, and tortured Pastor Archer because he kept his church open in violation of the COVID lockdown nonsense. You are a disgrace to the badge. You know that Pastor Archer Pulaski violated no criminal code. All he did was bring a message of hope to his church during the COVID confusion. We now know that the lockdowns were unnecessary and unconstitutional and did more harm than the virus. Pastor Archer should be commended, not prosecuted. The charges brought against him are all outrageous misapplications of the law, brought against him by dirty politicians to deliberately make an example
politicians.
Of him, to strike fear into the hearts of any Canadian.
Yeah, it took place in Canada.
Canadian who dares to oppose corrupt politicians. That's what communist dictators do. And when you put on that uniform and took the oath, the citizens of Canada were placing their trust in you to be the shield and protector of them and their families against criminals. But now the Canadian government has turned criminal and is marching down the path to a Soviet-style dictatorship. And you, the police officers, the people of Canada trusted to wear the badge with honor, have disgraced the badge by joining with the government that violates Canadian law against the citizens. I am calling for every Canadian police officer who sees what is happening to honor your oath to the people of Canada, to protect and serve the citizens against corrupted government. Now is the...
He's calling for a revolution in Canada.
This is the guy that ends his videos every time with an America bless God.
Yeah, which doesn't even really make sense.
Now you're fighting for Canada?
How can America bless God?
Time for you as a Canadian law enforcement officer.
I'm pretty sure it's God that does the blessing, not
to take a stand for law and order.
Yeah.
I know it will not be easy to take a public stand against corrupt government officials, but it has to be done. Millions of people see the corruption. And when one police officer steps forward and says,
wonder what happened to the regal redneck.
No more. Other officers will step
Poor guy. He
Yeah.
was sweet on her.
That was the best video he put out in a long time.
forward as well. And I guarantee you the citizens will stand with you as well. This is a pivotal time in Canadian history when government and law enforcement took a bad turn. Will history say that the men and women of Canada's law enforcement community stepped up and stood against government corruptions? Or will history say that Canadian cops turned out to be cowards who watched silently as Canada turned communist and the gulags filled with Canadian citizens?
And the gulags.
Honor your oath, honor the badge, and do the right thing.
Okay.
He didn't say America bless God.
Hold on. Yeah, does he? No, maybe he decided.
Wow.
Because it's a video mostly about Canada. He has another one about Canada here. Like he's just.
Isn't his most famous moment when he got denied entry into Canada?
Yeah, he's butthurt about that still. Well.
Hello, everybody. As a member of the Mordecai Mission, I was recently on a Zoom call with Pastor Artur Pawlowski up in Canada. Now, many of you remember him as the Canadian pastor who kicked the police out of his church when they raided it on Easter Sunday because they dared to congregate during the COVID lockdowns. But what made
he was breathing like. Do you remember when he did the Regal Redneck video? You could hear him breathing because he was wearing the mic.
Yeah.
He was
many of you may not know is what Canada has been doing to Pastor Pawlowski since that day. Since the day he stood up against tyranny.
You know what he looks like? Have you ever seen Teen Wolf?
No, but
really you've never
transition?
You've never seen Teen Wolf?
I think I've seen pieces of it, but I don't think I've seen Teen Wolf.
I'm late to the stream, but I had to swing by Sturgis's place to let him know I didn't misspell patron. I correctly spelled patron. What do you call the people who use patron? He might know that if he had any.
Okay, there's a scene where his dad reveals to him that he's a werewolf too, like Michael J. Fox's dad, and that's what Wild Bill kind of reminds me of. If you line it up right.
Yeah, no, they're the same guy.
Yep.
It's the same
Pastor
guy.
Pawlowski has been arrested multiple times, criminally charged with over 40 charges, including, get this, eco-terrorism and causing a blockade. He was held without bail in jails and prisons under horrible conditions. He was thrown naked into a steel cage in freezing weather.
That's just fun. That's just, it's just people having good clean fun right there.
Don't kink shame.
Yeah.
When he pleaded for
get thrown naked into a steel cage
for a blanket, the cops sneered at him and told him to enjoy the fresh air. This outrageous persecution has been going on for almost.
I'm going to take your Teen Wolf and I'm going to raise it a Dr. Zaius. I don't know if it's going to show up.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, right there.
A Dr. Zaius. Can we raise it a Dr. Zaius, please?
3 years. And it started because he kept his church open during the lockdown when people were frightened and desperately needed the ministry of hope. Because he dared to stand boldly for Christian hope and ministry, the Canadian government and police are determined to destroy Pastor Pawlowski and his family. Listen up, America. This is important because this exact kind of monstrous persecution is coming to the USA. The January 6th prisoners are being horribly mistreated because they dared to complain about the 2020 election. They have been.
They didn't just complain.
abused beyond belief in direct violation of the Bill of Rights. And the corrupt government in Washington, D.C. is getting away with it. What is happening in Canada and the USA?
Nobody said anything when the BLM protesters stepped onto federal property and immediately got swooped up in white vans.
Yeah.
When those white vans were taken, you can't fuck around on federal property, and the idea that our president allowed them to for so long is kind of questionable. He could have made the call, but he didn't want to. He wanted to have his ego serviced.
Than a return to the Soviet-style gulags, to silence all political dissent. Both nations are on the road to brutal dictatorships, and I guarantee you their number one enemy that they intend to destroy is the Christian church. If the Christians fail to wake up, stand up, and to boldly come against the wickedness that is sweeping Canada and the USA, freedom of speech and freedom of religion will cease to exist. And I'm not exaggerating. The Great War is here. Either we are going to get back to being a nation under God, or we will be living in a nation ruled by brutal wickedness. Make up your minds, Christians. Find your faith. Find your voice. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Pastor Pulaski.
I want to feel like Isom is some.
Made one.
Because he does get his powers from Jesus.
Can somebody send him a copy of ISOM and see if we can get a Wild Bill review?
Yes.
Send him the download link.
And this surprised me. He said that Canadian politicians are frightened.
Has Doug TenNapel reviewed ISOM yet?
I have no idea what. Yeah, I don't know. You could ask him. You could ask him if he if he's into it, if he knows Eric July, if he's who knows.
I want to see if he's got anything to say about ISOM yet.
American politicians will get involved and take action towards Canada's descent into dictatorship. So please, write, call, and forward this video to every political office that you can. Senator Josh...
He's just trying to push some traffic to his video.
Hawley in particular. And pray and fast for God's will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you for watching, and North America, bless God.
Oh! Again. Oh, did you see what he did there? Did you see what? He's got that little smirk on his face.
Look at that switch up.
North America, bless God again.
That's why he didn't say it in the last video, because he knew it wasn't right anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it. He's like, what do I say? It probably was eating him up. Then he uploaded it, and right after he uploaded it, he was probably like, oh fuck. I could have said North America.
He called Regal Redneck, and he's like, "Hey, baby, I just made my last video, but I didn't say my thing at the end because the video was about Canada. But I want to do my signature tagline in a different way. Do you have any ideas?" And she was like, "Yes. Why don't you say North America, bless God again?" Yeah, it's Shani. I know.
I like to think that her heart and soul is about the same as Shani's. But she could be a sweet old woman. We don't know.
Yeah, Who knows? Wild Bill just wanted to get up in that.
He was just trying to make chip beef up in them cheeks.
After marriage, of course, right? After marriage.
No Christian this late cares about marriage. They've already...
No, that's not true. Trust me. It's not true.
They all hang pineapples upside down on their porch. They think God looks the other way.
It's not true. There are even like super old people that are so religious that like later in life, on their second marriage to each other because their partners are dead, they still wait. It does happen. I don't think it's the more common scenario, but it does still happen. So now, remember when Jason David Frank died and Jared made a video laughing about it and saying how it was like the best news he's heard in a while and that kind of stuff? Well, now all of a sudden he thinks that Jason David Frank was killed as part of like some kind of conspiracy, which is weird because he used to have a conspiracy that Jason David Frank murdered his former castmate on the Power Rangers. The one that died in a tragic car accident when she was in her 20s. Yeah.
Yellow Ranger?
Yes.
Or woman?
Yes. So But now he's like, oh, I think the Illuminati or someone had. You'll see. Here's Jared making his like 50th Jason David Frank video. Oh shit! No, whoa! Jared looks like shit. No, it's right here.
I still can't
Whoa,
believe
Jared
the
looks.
Green Mighty
Whoa, Jared looks like shit.
From Power Ranger is dead. It's gonna be like 3 months now, which will be the anniversary. He died right before Halloween, which is a little bit strange, and it kind of makes.
Hold on, did you say it's gonna be? Oh, he means the anniversary will be in 3 months.
You wonder if it was some kind of sacrifice, but I'm just saying, guys. The month of Halloween, October, is known as Sam Haines, or not Sam Haines Day, but it has to do with the harvest. Call for an Uprising talks about it. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, what a great resource to get your information from.
But basically, a lot of witchcraft goes down. And I do believe it's very possible that he was a sacrifice for the elites. Because
Why?
If you know
Why do they need the Green Power Ranger as their sacrifice? Do they get his cool, like, Zord if they do it?
I mean, if you're gonna do some sacrifices, you start with a Yellow Ranger. If you don't get what you need from the Satan and the devil for your sacrifices, you gotta go to the green one. You just gotta.
I would have thought the pink one.
Haim Saban, he was not a good dude.
We don't toy with Amy Jo Johnson.
He's talking about Saban, the creator of the Power Rangers, who was just like, he was already in the children's like television business because he wrote a lot of theme songs. He wrote like the Inspector Gadget theme song and a lot of like
the X-Men cartoon theme
yeah,
song.
Yeah. So he did a lot of that stuff, and he went to Japan. He was working on something and saw this show, as far as I remember the story, and then just bought the footage of it and repackaged it into a whole new show. Like, of this old Japanese show that had already been around for a long time. Which is kind of ingenious. Like, who would have thought, you know, they hardly had to shoot any new footage for this. They just shot the, like, the scenes where they were, like, not in their costumes. And like, it was huge with merchandising and all this shit.
Yeah,
you know they gave
a lot of stuff back then.
Did you know? But Power Rangers was unique where they gave the TV stations that played them in syndication a cut of the toy revenue.
Huh.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about it. I think it might have been on Netflix, but I can't remember.
They were always figuring out the cheapest way to sell toys.
Yeah.
It was almost always pumping out kids' cartoons. That's why you see like a lot of the animation from that era being piss poor because they're just trying to pump out little commercials, little 22-minute commercials.
Of course, like when I was a kid, the big ones were Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe and Thundercats, and I owned action figures of all of those.
Dude, when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out,
I had those
was like
too.
5. I was like 5 years old. I was so ready to buy in.
Yeah, because the action figures didn't come out at first. It was like the cartoon. Like first there were like cartoon shorts, and then the actual series started. But I didn't really get into the comics. Like the original comics came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they were like way darker than the like Saturday morning version of them.
Very corrupt to the core, and I know he's part of the elites. Just saying, bro. Conspiracy Jared over here. I know, dude. Fucking Illuminati Power Rangers. Weren't expecting that, were you?
No,
it's just I find all that shit very, very fascinating, and I do have my theories, bro. He also had a ring that said number 13, which is an Illuminati number. Anyways, okay, Jared, you can shut up now.
Okay.
Enough about Illuminati Tommy. But
they basically say like any number is an Illuminati number.
Guys, in all seriousness, I just have to say, like, be careful who you choose to hold a grudge with. Because
Here it is.
I chose to hold on to a 10-year grudge of someone who I didn't even know wouldn't make it past 50. Because of that, I actually feel guilt. I feel guilty that I never tried harder to reach out to him.
Listen
did a
to
few
this
times.
Rippaverse goalposts. Listen to Jared. Learn from Jared. You pick on me now, but in 10 years when I'm dead, you're going to wish you would have been my friend, Rippaverse goalposts.
But I could have probably done more if I really wanted to. I held on to a very stupid grudge of something very stupid that happened to me that a lot of people know about.
Something very stupid. It didn't happen to you. You made it happen to yourself. You went into a martial arts school thinking you were tough and got your ass kicked.
And I no longer have.
I want to share some of his recent community posts. Like, here's one right here. Another great day to be a PDF sexual. Gonna go enjoy some pizza and sunshine. Hope you guys have a great one.
That's weird.
Yes. And then he did, dude. And people will comment and he's like, I'm just being edgy. It's like, no, you're not. You hold on, here it is. He says, young meat is the best meat. Hashtag aisle. And
Nerdwiz says, you lost me with that one, though, Jared. No.
I'm just trolling, bro. It's all good. You know what I'm saying, bro?
The ability to say that I'm sorry. I know
it's too late to say sorry.
Jared's being a
now.
cornball right now. Fucking somebody shove a Grammy up his ass. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, I would have really liked to have a good relationship with him, because after Jason died, I realized just how much I really do have in common with the guy.
I saw DMs where a fan of our show went and DM'd Jason David Frank before he died and showed him one of your videos where you accuse him of murdering his ex-castmate from Power Rangers, and he got really pissed off. So he did not like you at all. I don't know if he remembered you from when you got beat up at his gym, but he did not like that at all.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. And he was the victim of an assassination attempt. Someone came to a Comic-Con that he was making an appearance at with the intent to kill him, and they got caught on their way with like all their weapons and ready to do it there. So he took that shit really seriously.
We were like twins, and it's
what? He was like an actor that had a degree of success in his career, and he was a real martial artist. How are you anything like him? You're not. He had success in life, and you didn't. Even though his life was cut short, it doesn't matter. If you live another like 50 years, 60 years, you will never be able to accomplish what he accomplished. Ever.
The only way they're like twins is if Jason David Frank absorbed any potential in the womb from Jared Genesis.
Such a fucking shame that we were never able to, just work together. You know what I'm saying?
What has he ever done work-wise?
Nothing.
He's like, it's just unfortunate we never got to work together.
At Jack in the Box, bro. That was one of the jobs Jared says he had.
Oh, God.
The other one, he got fired as a drum instructor because his students said he was weird. And then I guess he worked at like some kind of garden center where they sell like plants and stuff.
People keep comparing him to Danny DeVito in the movie Twins, but Danny DeVito was a heartfelt character in that movie. Jared's not even Danny DeVito. He's Danny DePito.
I saw what you did there.
And, I wanted to be part of his martial arts. We had a martial arts school where I used to live, and I actually really wanted to be part of that, but God damn it.
And you didn't do it the right way. You're supposed to be like, hi, I'd like to learn here. I'm a beginner. Put me in the beginner's class. But you were like, anybody here want to fight me? I'm an expert, man. I learned my stuff off of YouTube.
I want to be a part of that, so I challenged them to a duel.
Right. Yeah, so anyone who's watching that doesn't know the backstory, this guy, Jared Genesis, who's a weirdo, found out that one of his childhood idols from the Power Rangers owned a martial arts dojo in his area, and he went there, and instead of being like, "Hi, I want to start learning here. Where do I start?" He walked in there like he was a tough guy, and when you do that, they'll teach you real hard not to do that. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube of people going into a boxing gym or a jiu-jitsu dojo or whatever, going in thinking they can fight, and they get shown really quickly that they can't at all. It almost never goes well for those kind of people.
It did not go well for Jared.
No, I wish it was on video.
Shit again. I guess I'm just going to cut the video short, guys. Oh, man. Allergies are bad today, bro. All right. God's telling me to shut up now. I'm going to end the video with this. Jason, if by some chance you're watching through the cosmos, I want you to know I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry we were never able to, work together, train together, and just have fun together. You were an awesome guy. You were open about your faith in Jesus Christ, which is amazing.
You literally celebrated his death.
You may not have been the most, holy of all thous.
I like how he judges other people's religious genuineness.
Or whatever, but...
Because he calls himself a monk and stuff like that. He thinks he's basically like the holiest of holy.
He is kind of like a monk, though, in that they can't buy their own food. They have to live off of what everybody gives them.
In Europe, a lot of monks just made beer, and that's how they made money. A lot of the old breweries that have been around for hundreds of years in Europe are abbey beers, where they started being made by monks originally.
Yeah, something tells me Jared's yeast goes to waste.
It's all like in his armpits and in his crevices.
Ew.
I still think you were a decent human.
This is not
being,
very cash money of Jared.
I'm sorry that you got caught up in some weird Illuminati shit, which is probably the reason why you're no longer here. He was acting funny in a video right before he died. If you watch that one video on YouTube, just keyword the video before he dies. You can tell he's acting kind of funny. I'm just going to say this. I have my theories. And unfortunately, I believe...
Yeah, and your theories are always wrong, and your theories are always changing. And a while back, you were saying he was part of the Illuminati or what? No. He murdered the Yellow Ranger because he wanted to be relevant again, because he was irrelevant. But now he's so relevant, the Illuminati want to do a ritual sacrifice on him.
That he was part of some kind of curse because a lot of people died who knew him. So maybe,
yeah, and you blamed him for that.
Maybe it's a good thing we didn't train together, but and I'll say
actually, I don't know if a lot of people. I can only think of one.
Seriousness, though, I wish you well, Jason. I hope you're in a better place, and there's a lot of people here who love you, who will not forget the legacy that you made. Peace.
It's a total 180 on the JDF.
Classic Jared.
Yeah. Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. Quick reminder, tonight, after this episode is over, we're going over to review the last part of the Isom comic book. You can go, and if you're a patron, $10 or more, you get to see it. And if you're not, you can join now, and you can go back and watch all the back videos on it, and then watch the one that we're doing tonight. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. And then I have some other stuff planned.
It's hilarious how Jason David Frank still lives in his head rent-free from beyond the grave.
Yep, it never stops.
Always will. That's the closest thing Jared's had to a success story, was going into Jason David Frank's dojo and getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
What else has Jared done with his life?
Not much.
Blaze asking, you guys excited for Oppenheimer? Not as excited as I am for Barbie. Ben, are you going to watch Barbie and Oppenheimer this month?
I wasn't planning on it.
That's what all the kids are doing. They're gonna go watch Barbie.
I don't
and
care what the kids are doing. Everyone liked the stream, and also I am doing shots for every $50 level, so we're about $25 away, or we're exactly $25 away from me doing another shot of this. I've only done a few, so help me, help fuel this wonderful thing that's going on here. Let's get it moving. Tip train. We're doing another show tomorrow, and then our third show of the week is coming up on Wednesday. On Wednesday.
I have been eating so much fruit lately because of my new diet. Yeah. I am cracking off some of the dirtiest, fruitiest farts.
Yeah, I don't want to know. Yeah, I'm glad that's over there and not over here.
Saying, Ben, you're missing out on a fresh blend.
And you're eating corn, right? You're like now a shill for big corn.
I'm having some corn. I get the low sodium option at Chipotle.
You love
corn. The crunchy corn taco shells are just 10 grams of sodium per shell. So I have to enjoy the delicious corn if I'm going to go to Chipotle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having cherry jubilee over here. I have a cherry jubilee in my pants right now. It's ridiculous.
So it's on fire? Don't they set cherry jubilee on fire?
It smells like it's been stewing. Yeah.
Here's one more from Jared.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Genesis here. Now, I know I said I'm not going to talk about King Cobra anymore.
But you always go against whatever you say.
Basically, I didn't say that. I just said I wouldn't try to make any more advice videos. But
is that
that doesn't mean I won't do recap reviews. I gotta give it to Bite Size Cobra. His shit is fucking entertaining. Even though he's kind of, a grifter or whatever. Just not really a grifter, but he's just a video thief.
What? He's a video thief?
Like that are pretty sad. I'm sure he's just as cringy as Josh. I wanted to make that clear. But, I mean, what do you say about someone who's too scared to show their face? It doesn't say great things. Just saying. But, alright, I'm gonna try my best not to clear my throat like an asshole every 2 seconds, so sorry guys. I think allergies have been really bad here in the summer lately. I've noticed rewatching my videos, I've been doing that quite often, and I do apologize. But guys, there's really not much to say in this recap. I think Josh is just getting tired of being a YouTuber. I can tell he's really starting to slow down.
That is not true at all.
Yeah, I feel like Cobra business is picking up right now.
It
is. This new documentary. We got, I think he's battling his own success because he's starting to be like, I'm not answering the door. I'm not doing this. I'm not leaving chat open. He's controlling himself too much. He still loses control quite often, but he is controlling himself against the trolls. You should flow with the trolls. You should go with it. The more you go with it, the more you're going to get paid. I believe that. But I do think he's getting a lot of good donations and gifts and stuff from the fan base. I think his fan base is only going to grow exponentially. I think in a year from now, we're going to see Cobra actually doing collabs with bigger channels. I think we're going to see some interesting King Cobra arcs in the future.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if he quit YouTube in the next 1 to 2 months, maybe. I think he's not getting the money anymore, and he knows that. Finally, I think his trolls got the message that, wait a second, we're giving Josh way too much booze money. He's probably gonna die. So I'm at least thankful to know that he does have some legit fans that care about him. And yeah.
Jared's just making up this scenario where the fans stop giving him money to save his life.
Yeah, this is not happening.
You know, he's fucking adorable with his little fucking lizard. I used to have a bearded dragon named Billy. And
they
are remarkable
Billy was a
pets. So I'm
dragon.
glad that he has that for therapy. And you know, lo and behold, his dumbass trolls try to get it taken away from him. Of course, of course, but didn't work. Sorry.
Is he drinking out of an empty milk jug now?
Getting
Sorry,
his water.
Felicia. Didn't work, bro. Josh is a good pet owner. So, you know what I'm saying? Trolls have done all kinds of stupid shit with me. It never works because the thing about the narcissist is they're so deluded. Just like Zoe was. Zoe was
that's another person he can't stop mentioning. Zoe.
So deluded into thinking that she could control me, you know, over literally nothing, over comments that I made to her. You know what I mean? Which none, by the way, am I ashamed of. I'm not.
I see people in the chat asking why Jared isn't wearing a shirt. He probably only owns 2 or 3 actual shirts, and you can they hardly qualify as shirts. They're like rags.
He's in Texas sweat weather right now. Any shirt he's gonna wear is gonna release the itchy stink that's.
But he doesn't wear shirts even during the winter. He doesn't wear shirts.
But it's gonna be even. Oh, he does. We had runs where he was wearing shirts for like the same shirt for like 3 to 4 weeks to a month.
Remember? He doesn't do that anymore. He's now lately. He's shirtless all the time. Like in the last few years,
ran out of shirts.
Yeah, because he cuts them up and ruins them.
Remember that one day he got a new white T-shirt and it was like stained within one day.
Yeah, and then he cuts it up and then it turns into rags. And yeah, he hasn't had like consistent shirts for a while. But yes, years ago when he was streaming, like in his first few runs, he would wear like the same shirt for like 90 days and then change his shirt and then wear that shirt for like 90 days and they would get all like crusty and nasty looking. But he has this thing where he cuts the sleeves and the collars off of all of his shirts and then they start to like unravel and turn into like rags.
It's icky.
Ashamed of who I am, and you can go fuck yourself, Zoe. I know you're probably the same. Okay, not gonna get into it in this video, but I know you're the same. And I know Josh probably is too. The reason why I know this is because he feels like he constantly has to more or less just make it very clear that he's into of age women.
Yeah, you think he's lame for that because you just come right out and say you're into all kinds.
Jared just said that he thinks Zoe is into underage people and he thinks Cobes is into underage people because Cobes goes out of his way to say of age.
Yes.
So he's projecting that Cobra is into he's projecting that Cobra is a sicko. And he's not saying it in like you're a sicko, Cobes. He's saying I think you're one of us. What the hell?
I wonder why that is, guys. There is a rhyme to every reason. Just saying. We're gonna leave it there, skis.
Well,
but
seeing how Jared is never right, this is a pretty safe bet for Cobra's character.
It is.
Anyways, guys, yeah, what else was it? He made some like stupid food review. Oh, that's right. There was bugs in his food. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Apparently, the bugs of Casper, Wyoming are at least a fan of his work. They're probably the only things that would enjoy his food. But that was pretty freaking hilarious.
I saw him and Darth Linney sit down with a steak.
A boiled steak? It was like boiled in Mountain Dew?
They enjoyed their steaks.
I remember watching his live streams back when I used to watch his shit. Which I don't anymore because it's honestly just depressing, but I remember there was a thing called Bug Watch. Whenever he left his chair, people would try to see if they could find the first bug. I thought that was pretty fucking hilarious. That's pretty funny, guys. Keep trolling Joshy.
I believe in a thing called bugs.
Just don't be assholes. Don't be sickos. That's all I really got in this video, guys. I don't think there was really much else to be said. Like I said though, bro, I think Josh just doesn't care anymore. I think he sees that he's really not gonna get anything else from being a YouTuber, you know, because of his gang stalking pieces of shit. And I don't know, dude. Like, I think it's very possible that he was just using YouTube to try to find a lady friend. Which, hey, I mean, we all want a relationship, but like, I think it's very possible that his main
he's just squeaking out the burps. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, he is bloated all the time, so that's just all the gas seeping out of him.
Here we go again. Okay. Breathe it out, Jared. We got this. Anyways, I apologize about the dark picture, guys. I just was too lazy to turn my light on. I think it's very possible Josh was using YouTube mainly as an avenue of trying to find a girlfriend. Because let's just be honest, you know, he's autistic, and the only way someone like him would find a girl is probably just through the internet. Let me get some water.
He did find a girl in real life multiple times.
Yeah, he did.
I actually don't know if he's ever successfully hooked up with a girl from the internet.
I don't. Well, I think his last girlfriend he may have met online. That was the one that was like scared away by all the trolling.
Oh.
It was very short-lived.
I'm doing the clear throat thing today, Jared. A fun little game for my trolls. Count how many times I clear my throat in a video. There you go. That'll keep you busy for a while. So, yeah, he just, you know, autistic people, unfortunately.
Now, Ben, you've been watching Jared for a long time. You've been watching Cobes for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you think Jared is dirtier than King Cobra?
Dirtier?
Yeah.
It depends on what dirt. Do we mean like body filth? Or do we mean like literal like dirt and dust?
Because Jared's over here talking about King Cobra having bugs in his chair, and I'm like, thinking to myself,
he kills cockroaches all the time in his videos.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
So there's cockroaches in Jared's room.
Jared is grosser to me than King Cobra.
He is, in many ways.
When he's over here talking about the bugs, I'm like, dude, like I think you're grosser than that by far. That's icky.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna shut the video off soon. You know, they don't really have the social skills to talk to people in real life, so he was probably depending on his channel to find a girlfriend. And oh yeah, I just find it really funny though that he hates Bite Size Cobra because apparently Bite Size Cobra ruined his relationship with one of his ex-girlfriends. I forget which one it was. It wasn't Erin, or what was her name? Yeah, the girl that recently quit her channel. The one that he lost his virginity to. It was some other girl, Sarah, I think.
Oh, he's talking about what's her name? His first girlfriend, Stephanie.
Here's your little toot for you, Sarah.
She quit YouTube?
I don't know.
Holler at your boy. I'm single. But yeah, apparently he hates. I'm sorry, but it's just hilarious. He hates Bite Size Cobra because he feels like he cock-blocked him. And I think he feels like that's just going to happen again. So, all in all, guys, don't be surprised if King Cobra quits YouTube. I think he realizes that he's just going to be a monk.
Monk?
You know... Look, dude, you know, all the best to the guy. I hope
I could be like Sturgis and pull up the definition of what a monk is. Be like, you are not a monk.
He does find love, but I think that his lizard is going to be his main lover from here on out, unless he can get clean. Because, Josh, if you're watching this, dude, okay, nobody wants to be in a relationship with a dirty, smelly alcoholic. I may be dirty and smelly, but I don't have a drinking problem, dude.
Do you realize that alcohol is what makes most people put up with dirty and smelly? That would be the one thing that would make your dirty and smelliness a little more bearable to a lover if they were also alcoholic. Jared's like, I might be dirty and smelly, but you're going to be stone cold sober when you smell my dirty body. That's not how relationships work out. Get drunk if you're stinky.
Okay, and you need to get your shit together, buddy. Like, badly. All right, man. You need to get your shit together, bro. I don't know what else to say. Otherwise, your life is just going to keep going in a downward spiral. If I can fucking talk today.
That's the one thing Jared has above Cobes. There's no downward to go from Jared. There's always been downward. Rock bottom.
I'm going to say this, though. I think Josh may have actually trolled me on my channel. There was an avatar of a raven. I think it was him, bro.
No, he doesn't use a sock account. He just uses his real account when he wants to come around and say something. So, no, you're totally wrong.
I have a hunch, very big hunch that was him. And he was telling me, he was trying to cope by telling me that I'm an alcoholic just because I experimented with fucking rubbing alcohol a few times to try to help with bloating.
Yeah, you were drinking poison. Like, you were drinking something that is, like, toxic, even in small doses.
He was trying to cope with me, and I just thought that was really funny. Nice try, Joshy.
That wasn't him.
Nice try. I'm not the one drinking myself stupid every day to where I can barely even function, barely even get up and go to the bathroom, dude.
I mean, you are the one living in your parents' house in a dirty-ass bedroom, drinking rubbing alcohol every day for a while to try and maintain some health standard. At least the alcohol had a real effect. It was to get him wasted. You were drinking rubbing alcohol because you thought you were going to become some sort of superhero or something.
He was going to become Jesus 2.0.
For real, dude.
We have to wear diapers because you're so fucking drunk all the time that you can't even walk to the bathroom, bro. You probably have to wear those goddamn Depends, dude. He wears those green Depends. That's his favorite color. Anyways, guys, we're having too much fun here. Fuck, bro. The goddamn, the bedwetting fucking, Casper Hydra. There's a new name for you trolls out there. You can use that as your next troll name when you troll Josh online. The bedwetting Casper Hydra.
Did Josh pee his bed?
I think this is just him totally fabricating reality. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't get any of this.
Yeah, because like we would know, because Josh passes out in his chair all the time. So if he ever pissed himself, there'd be a video of it.
Yeah, and even then, it would be excusable. He'd pass out drunk.
Right.
like that happens sometimes.
That has never happened to me. I've never pissed myself as an adult, ever.
Oh, I've known a few people who had MC Pissy Pants at parties, passed out.
Yeah, that's never happened.
It happens.
Of course it happens.
Guys. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Peace.
Yeah.
We've all been so drunk that we crapped ourselves before, right?
That's never happened for me.
We've all been pants shittingly drunk, I'm sure. Uh-oh, Ben. Sicko. Those of you watching at home, I did not crap my pants today. I was not drunk. I have eaten a lot of cherries, though. Cherries were on sale, $1.49 a pound. Young Bill Fridge copped 2 pounds of cherries. I had 2 pounds. Now I probably only have like 2/3 of a pound left. I've been eating cherries like crazy. Oh. Got a cherry deal. Man, you like my Spider-Man shirt? My sister got it for me. She got me some t-shirts the other day. I was like, thank you, sister. Thank you for this wonderful t-shirt. So sweet and nice. Are you Charius? Yeah, I'm Charius. I got a cherry deal, dude. Don't you know about my cherry deal? You getting used to the new diet, or is it an adjustment? I am getting a little bit lightheaded sometimes, and I'm not sure what that's about. I don't know if it's an issue with me not getting enough liquid because I'm on a very tight liquid amount. And it's very warm and hot. And I don't know what it is my body might be missing. Nicholas Rocha says low blood pressure. I don't know, man. I've been in the hospital for a week and they're just doing my vitals there. And then now I'll go outside and I'll get out of my car and I'll be a little lightheaded. I don't know about that, man. Not used to that life. Are you allowed to swim in salt water? I don't know. Gotta ask. Ground beef, rice, cheese, sour cream, hot sauce, lettuce, no salt. That's pretty good. Cheese has some sodium in it, right? Sour cream is lower. Like I went to Chipotle today and I had their tacos because their crispy tacos are 10 grams sodium. I had some steak. That was probably 300 grams sodium because I think they put a little less steak on the tacos than they would in your bowl. I don't know. Then I had sour cream on it. I had some of the fajitas and I had some of the salsa verde. So it was like really maxing out the sodium levels for that meal. But it was all right. I was having a little meal. What's your DX, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know what a DX means.
You know, D-Generation X. Break it down.
Da-da-da-da. No salt. You can't swallow your own load. Bad doctor advice. Yeah, no, not
Sweet
allowed.
boy stream. Sweet boy stream. Damn it.
Nobody's going to call out those lines 7 hours in.
It's not 7 hours in.
We're safe. What's the diagnosis? I had heart failure, and they have me on a low sodium, low liquid intake. I have to do 2,000 milliliters of liquid or less a day, and I have to keep my sodium down to like 2,100 milligrams of sodium every day. The heart failure with the medicines I'm on, I've got like 2 diuretics and 3 heart medicines that I'm taking. I actually have to take a second pill today. One of them I have to take twice a day. Is it CHF? I don't know what CHF means. Chronic heart failure. That's probably not what the C stands for. It's my left ventricle is pumping at 17% because I have a very dilated left ventricle. Congestive heart failure. I don't know if that's what congestive is. My left
Congestive
ventricle
is when
just,
it's like clogged.
Yeah, that's not it. It's the opposite. I got a loose booty left ventricle. It's too loose, so it's not pumping as powerfully because it's dilated. My left ventricle could not pass the Trumpster Bob challenge. It's pumping at 17%. Normally, the left ventricle should pump at 60% power to the body. So a lot of the other things in my body are not being able to process, like the liquids in me. I can't have too much liquid. I can't have too much salt because it retains liquid. And I was having issues for about a month before I went in with breathing because my lungs were just, I guess, drowning in water that wasn't getting pumped out of my body. So it's not congestive, no. My valves, my cholesterol was like not high at all. They did the little ultrasound, and my other valves seem to be working just fine.
Because of part of your heart not working at full capacity, did it make your blood pressure weird?
No, my blood pressure was normal.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. My certain levels for things were through the roof because of this, but it wasn't blood pressure. It wasn't cholesterol. It wasn't things like that.
So we're going to go do the post show in a couple minutes here. It would be amazing if one last tip train could come through and we could get to 250 at least. And we're doing another show tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Nicholas Rose says, if you're low sodium now and it was normal before, couldn't that lower blood pressure? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. I got a 2,000 milliliter liquid limit that includes soup and ice cream. Sucks so bad. I was just going to sit around eating ice cream all day.
Yeah. Yeah. We got Adam coming into town on Tuesday. That's why I'm taking Tuesday off. Yeah.
Adam coming through.
Coming through for like less than a whole day. Like coming into town, hanging out, then he's going back up north.
Is Tuesday the 18th or the 19th?
It's the 18th.
The 18th. I have a hospital visit on the 18th or the 19th. I gotta remember which one that is.
Yeah, because we have a show planned for the 19th, and then we have
yeah.
Bo.
Bow. Everybody watching right now, Ben is $25 away from having another shot.
If anyone can help, we're just trying to meet the goal. It's been successful in the past. Not so much tonight, but we don't normally stream on Sunday. It's very rare we stream on Sunday.
I think people don't want to see you drinking on the Lord's Day.
I mean, when you go to church, if you're Catholic at least, you're drinking, at least at communion. And then you go to the bar afterwards.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a tradition in like a lot of Catholic families to go to midnight mass on Christmas morning, midnight mass, super trashed. People do that. They do that. Yeah. Drinking in Catholicism is encouraged.
We used to do midnight mass at the Blue Moon Tavern, and we would just have like ridiculous performances and drinking at the tavern like the mass they would do for everybody else. So was that Christmas Eve? Is that the one?
Yeah, well, it's midnight when the calendar flips over to Christmas morning. You know what I mean?
So I would perform as Santa Claus some years. One year we had Buffy the Trick Slayer show up.
Yeah.
She was the prostitute rapper that was a friend of mine.
Having midnight mass in a bar is hilarious because a lot of people who go to midnight mass are wasted. Like they went to like a Christmas party, because a lot of people do like one side of their family on Christmas Eve and the other side of their family on Christmas Day or whatever. So a lot of people are coming from some kind of Christmas party trashed. It's a good day to stay off the roads. Like
Carafro with the super chat, y'all. Choo choo tip train coming through. Choo choo.
Era tip train. I don't think we're gonna reach it, but that's okay. Like, it's fine. I know there's tomorrow. Mondays have been good to us in the past, and Wednesdays have been good to us in the past. So,
yeah, Sundays. I think everybody's just too hungover.
Yeah.
From midnight mass. Steven Andrews says, I had 2 Christmas dinners the same day, but no one drank. Lucky.
You don't come from a Catholic family. Like, there's no Irish or Polish people in your family, right? I can safely assume that. Yeah, there you go. Like, every ethnicity in my ancestral background is Catholic. Like, all of them. And they all drink.
Did you guys ever do the 7 fish or whatever?
Never heard of that. We would do like
Catholics.
We would do like an Advent calendar, if that's what you're talking about.
No, like a lot of Italian Catholics will like cook 7 seafood dishes for Christmas Eve?
No, yeah, and none of my background is Italian, so if that's an Italian thing, I've never heard of it.
I know they're usually Catholic as well, so I don't know if that crossed over
Can
into
a
other
person
Catholic.
poop upside down?
Swellshank, good question. Answer, yes.
There we
you're not
go.
gonna- you're
One
not
more
gonna like the answer,
fiver.
though, either.
One more fiver, and then we're good.
They can poop upside down, but you're not gonna like when they do. It's not good. It's just Tom Thumb the turd rolls right down and leaves blotchy brown
Stay
marks.
strong,
It's not
King
cool.
Billy.
There we go.
We'll
Hey.
take care of you also.
There we go.
Like rub your feet when you're sick.
Thank you, Mighty Five. Ben, that's a contract.
Poot.
No.
Poop poop.
Are we gonna get? We can hit a solid 300, and I'll do. I'll tell you what. If we hit 300 really quick, I'll do a double in addition to this one, just to like polish. Whoa.
Whoa. There goes my hero.
What Billy needs is vodka socks when he's not feeling good.
Is that where you soak your socks in vodka?
Yeah. And wear them.
I wonder if I could do that. I don't know if I can even do that.
They do that for fever. It's a waste of perfectly good vodka, but it's something that they do actually in Estonia when they have it. I don't think it works. I think it's like a home remedy that doesn't really hold water, but I guess they think it like breaks your fever or something.
I'm not allowed to drink. I wonder if I can have vodka just on my socks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chris Xavier says, you never heard of the 7 C's or the seven fish Italian dinner? I know, I'm pretty sure Joe's mom cooked it when she was staying here at the house.
Yeah, there's not a huge Italian population where I grew up. I've been to Italy twice, but not during the holidays. And I'd never heard of that. Like, remember I told you there's Vigilia. There's like a Polish Christmas Eve dinner. So there's
the
like
Feast
that
of
kind
the
of
Seven Fishes is an Italian-American celebration of Christmas Eve with dishes of fish and other seafood.
Did you say Italian-American?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not even actually Italian. It's Italian-American.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It's the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
So it's celebrated by Italian, like it was created in America by Italian Americans.
That's what it says here
Okay.
on the internet,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. All right.
It says an Italian.
Probably like a
American
New
tradition.
York thing originally.
The Feast of the Seven Fishes. I just remember Joe's mom was preparing the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Yep.
And then I saw it again on an episode of The Bear on FX and Hulu. If those of you have ever watched The Bear.
Not a sponsor.
You've seen the episode.
Everyone, please help us get to $300 really quick. I'll do a double. I mean, no, not a double, just a double. Oh, God.
I love you. A bushel and a peck and a ring around your neck. Morton Dave says The Bear is such a great show. I tried to watch it originally, but the first episode made me cringe so bad when they had the Ayo.
There we go.
Coming through.
Time for the
to
double.
Sippy, sip,
You'll
sip.
do what if you hit 300?
Yo, drink. You gonna drink a double.
Should I do a double?
No.
But and then we're gonna do the
read Ice
post
on
show.
now.
That's gonna be
We gotta
great.
go read Ice
Okay,
on.
hold on. Let's do it. All right, here's one. Well, let me get my chaser ready here.
I did not watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
Yeah, that came out way before the show. All right, so I'm doing a double. So here's the second of my first double.
I cringed really hard at the first episode of The Bear when they had all the nerds lined up outside. And Carmy goes outside to confront the nerds and he gets beat up by them. And I was like, oh, this is, and then his cousin comes out with the gun and shoots the gun and has this little incel cuck speech. And I was like, this is so cringy. but I finally rewatched through it the other day.
Last one. You know, a lot of people are saying the new Cobra documentary is bad. I'm only like a third of the way through it. There were some like wrong stuff that they put into it that like, I don't know. It was funny. There was a part where they were talking about other famous people from Casper, and they showed a picture of Dick Cheney, and then they showed a picture of Liz Cheney and said that it was Dick Cheney's wife, but that's his daughter, dude.
Hot.
Yeah, they confused his daughter with his wife.
That reminds me of Donald Trump. Because he wants to have sex with his daughter.
Yeah, I think so. Liz Cheney is Dick Cheney's daughter, and Lynn Cheney is Dick Cheney's wife. And obviously, Dick Cheney's wife is way older, but they showed a picture of Liz Cheney and said it was Dick Cheney's wife and said it was Liz Cheney. So that's
a thick, veiny Dick
weird.
Cheney.
All right, we are going to go do this post show in just a minute here. Thank you to everyone who helped us get to 300. That's something. That's a good thing.
37.5% of the way to the goal, and it's not even through the weekend yet.
I know.
We will be wrapping up Wednesday night, so thank you guys for helping us get there. We're going to come patrons $10 or above. Come watch us finish off this ism book reading.
Yeah, you should sign up to see the very last installment of the ism book reading. And we're going to go there now. We will see you all there.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.